Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Rebecca. On this channel I'll go for all things accounting, finance, Excel and of course investment related. So if you like this sort of stuff then please do consider subscribing. But otherwise, let's take a look at this Excel spreadsheet. So in today's video I'm going to share with you my monthly budget. So I prepared this Excel spreadsheet to make it a little bit more visually appealing and to just show you how simple, quick this budget process could be. So first of all, what I've got in column B here is actual. So these are costs and income that have happened in May 22. So what I'm going to do is base my future forecast, my future budget on these figures that I have in May. Now, the reason why I'm going to do that is because basically what's happened in May is a better reflection of what's really going on. And if I was to use, say, the actual costs that have happened in January 22, which I know is at the beginning of the year, but that's a good 5 months ago at this point. Things might have changed. I might have had an increase in salary, or there might have been new costs that I've incurred, such as insurance. So it's always better if you're going to do a budget to base that on the most relevant recent information that you have. We'll start at the very, very top. So in the month of May, I have my income here. So my salary, so that's net salary, so that's key. Because if you look at your payslip, what you're going to see is that you've got your gross pay, you've got overtime potentially, you've got your tax that you're going to pay, national insurance, pensions, etc. But really, the thing that's going to hit your bank account is that net figure, so what you're paid by your employer. So I wouldn't be including things like gross pay on here, just the net pay. I've got my total income here, which is 3,010. And if we scroll down here, what I've got is just a line. That's a formula at the moment, and I'll show you what that's picking up in a second. And I've put this at the top because it's capturing all of the costs below and giving me a net figure instantly at the top. So again, when you're preparing a budget, you don't want to make this overcomplicated and you want to quickly see if you're going to go over budget that month or if you're under budget. Also, with my budgets, what you'll see is that I don't allocate everything that I have, and there's a reason for that. Now, in the past, when I have allocated all of my income to various different things like savings pots, etc., I always find that there's going to be that one cost that you've not thought about, that you're not aware of, that's just going to pop through. So I like to give myself a little bit of leeway. So that £107.45 there is the leeway that you'll see in there. So if it hasn't been used by the end of the month, then I'm just going to put that into savings and carry that balance forward into the next month. So let's scroll down at what we've got. So I like to categorize my costs between property costs, I have food and drink costs, clothes and shoes, health and beauty, insurance, banking costs, loans and credit, and then savings and investment. So if we start at the very top here with property costs, I've included the likes of mortgage, rent, mortgage life insurance, mortgage payment protection insurance, and mortgage deposits. So you might be saving up for a mortgage at the moment and you want to put away a deposit every month. So here you can see that I've got £400 there against a mortgage. I have £20 against mortgage life insurance, 20 against payment protection, and then £25 towards a mortgage deposit because I do save up towards buy-to-let properties that I rent out. So down here I have £15 against other property costs, which is boiler cover. So my other property costs are things like ground rent, service charge, things that don't come under insurance or mortgage or rental costs. So if we move down slightly to building insurance, I have £25 against building insurance and £20 a month against content insurance. So my total buildings and content insurance there is £45. If we move down again, I then have a category for utilities and other costs. So I like to again list out those costs and then have a little total at the end so that I can see exactly how much is going into that category every month. So we've got council tax or council rates. So I've got £100 against that a month, £200 against gas, £200 against electricity, other £253. So again, other in this case has been the increase in cost for gas and electricity. £150 for water. So what I'm actually going to do, I'm just going to reallocate that to this here just so it's not showing. There we go. Yeah, £150 on water. I don't have a home phone. Mobile cost me £15, internet and broadband 15, antivirus, so things like Avast, etc., £2.15 a month. I think it's about £35 a year or something like that. If you're unsure how to divide these costs, all you need to do is take the total cost that you pay and divide that by 12 if you're going to do this monthly, because there's 12 months in a year. I've got the TV box package. Sky is £23. So here you can see that total utilities and other costs are adding up to £972.65. And if we look at total property costs, this is adding up total mortgage, total property, total property insurance, and then utilities and other costs. So in terms of property, it's costing £1,497.65 a month. So that's by far the biggest cost. If we then look at food and drink, the items I've included in here are food shopping, takeaways, drinks, any other items, so any one-off items. Say if you're, planning a party, for instance, then you might have cost for food there. Work lunches and snacks, work consumables. So in terms of consumables, it's things like where you go outside at lunchtime and then buy yourself a coffee, so Starbucks, for instance. So all in all, my food and drink costs are going to cost me £575 in a month. Clothes and shopping. So with clothes and shopping, you're not necessarily going to buy clothes every single month, so new clothes or new shoes, but you want to budget for what you're going to pay. So say, you can have a little pot towards the cost of new clothes that you only use once a year, but you want to put that money aside monthly to make sure that you've got basically a fund there to be used, so you're not putting money on credit cards, etc. I don't have any children to pay for in terms of clothes and shoes, etc. So I'm putting £50 a month towards shoes, £50 a month towards work clothes, and £50 a month towards new clothes, and nothing towards laundry and dry cleaning, because currently I do all of my cleaning. I don't get anything dry cleaned. So total laundry and dry cleaning costs are £150. If we scroll down, we've got health and beauty. So this is things like makeup, which hopefully you can see on here. Hairdresser costs, toiletries, anything like dental care, eye care, other medical items. If you've got like dental insurance and things like that, then that needs to go on there also. If we add all of those up there, I've got £100 going towards health and beauty. Insurance, this is where I've got things like life insurance, income protection insurance, critical illness insurance, dental insurance, car insurance, etc. So it's entirely up to you in terms of that dental care, if you put that in health and beauty or under insurance, because it's obviously your budget. I like to try and keep the insurances together here so that I can just quickly see how much I'm spending in total on insurance. So you can see there that that's £90. I don't have any banking costs because I don't have an overdraft, any fees or penalties, but you might potentially, currently, if you're going into the overdraft monthly. So if you're using your bank overdraft, then usually they do charge you quite a fair amount if you go into, for instance, an unarranged overdraft. I know sometimes I've seen in the past they charge £30 a day for an unarranged overdraft, which is ridiculous, but yeah, we want to be making sure that we don't have any of those. So loans and credit now, these are things like loan repayments. So if you've got any loans at all, then put those payments down. Any student loan repayments, credit card repayments, HP and other repayments. So HP is hire purchase. So if you've got the likes of a car that you're renting out, then put that there. Or maybe even you might have a purchase agreement where you're going to be buying the car at the end. So total loans and credit card costs there are £200. And if we move down now to savings and investments, so I like to make sure that I'm putting away something every single month towards regular savings, Christmas savings, etc. So as we all know, when it comes to Christmas time at the year end, it costs a fortune to buy all the presents, especially if you've got a huge family. So it's good to put a little bit aside every single month, so you've got a pot in essence to use at the year end. Another one is birthdays, where unexpectedly you have somebody's birthday or a party you've been invited to and you've got those costs. So it's good to put away £50 or more, in my case, a month towards that. So it's best to have a look at how much you've been spending over the course of a year and then incorporate that into this savings and investment section. Regular savings, I've got £25 that just goes in every single month into my savings account instantly. Again, Christmas savings, birthday savings, £50 each. Lump sum savings, so that's just an additional savings pot just in case, because it's always good to have a backup. Investments, as you know, are put £100 or more in every month into Trading 212 or Vanguard, and then private pension contributions. So if you have any private pension contributions on top of any pension contributions you're making for your salary, then pop those down there. So that's £285. So if we scroll right to the top here, you can see that at the moment my total costs are £2,892.65, including savings that I'm making. So that leaves me again with £107.45 at the end of every month, just as a backup. And obviously, if anything really does go wrong, then I have a savings pot that I can dip into just in case. So let's now copy this across into June, July, August, September, October. So to do that, all we need to do is type equals on the keyboard, select that cell, so in this case it's B6, and then drag it down. So what we want to do here is just fix B6 because we're going to use B6 across July, August, September, October. And if I just drag this column along, it's just going to keep moving that cell. So if we put a $sign using the shift key and the number 4 on the keyboard, that will fix that for us. So now we can just drag that all the way across there, and that information has been filled. So we're going to do the same again here. So let's just make sure that's fixed and drag that along. I'm just going to keep doing that all the way across and all the way down. And what we should find, if everything has been dragged down correctly, is that the totals add up to what we've got in May. And they do. So yeah, we've done it right. So you can always have a look at your future forecast, your future budget, and just see if there's anything that you know of that's going to be an exceptional cost that month or exceptional income. So items that have not currently been recorded into this budget, and you can amend this obviously at any time. So it's good practice to look at this monthly and then make sure that you update future months for any changes in the budget. But yeah, so I'm going to find a way because I don't know how to do it just at this moment in time. But hopefully by the time this video goes up, to put this onto the Finance Basics website as something that can be downloaded. But if not, you've got this video to refer back to if you want to create your own budget based on the back of this, and feel free to do so. But as always, yeah, if you like the video, then do give it a thumbs up because it does actually help YouTube to push the channel out to others. Consider subscribing as always, and I shall catch you at the next one.